Hey guys, Darth Glork here, back with part 14 of our Mad Max playthrough. So last time, if memory serves, we got the big chief and we got the girl. And we're working on getting the girl, but we had some good interactions with her. She's still the waifu, and we did also manage to get the big chief. Now, I think that was the episode where we did the big race that was hard as shit, and it was really tough, not gonna lie. It was very, very hard. But we got through it, and I did a quick, very, very quick super cut of all of my deaths and failures, and I think that was the last episode we did. So that was a week ago. So, really sorry about the upload schedule and being all over the place, and the inconsistent episodes as well. Very sorry about all that, but the honest truth is my job is killing me. My hours are longer than I was told upon getting hired, and my job is beating the crap out of me, and I'm tired as hell. And so then on my days off, I'm often so damn tired that all I want to do is do nothing. I just want to, I don't want to entertain. I don't want to have to do anything. I don't want to put my house together. I'm just too tired. I don't have the energy, and if I have the energy, I don't have the motivation. So, but it's always one of the two. Either I don't have time or energy, but I'm always out of one of them. If I have the energy, I don't have the time, and if I have the time, I don't have the energy, and it's always one of the two. So, I am very sorry about that, but I am hoping that maybe I'll get used to my job and I'll speed up, and maybe somehow, I don't know how that'd be possible. And I have some other things I am working on that I'm hoping might help me feel better, but I'm in a very rough patch. So we're doing our best, but it is what it is at the moment. Now, off camera, I did actually do stuff. I actually went to every single death race location, or death run location, and I actually beat them. I also finally figured out how the archangels work. Admittedly, before, I didn't really know how they all worked, but I figured them out. So basically, all that means is it's just a build. That's all it means. It just means this is a build for a car, and that's all it means. So it's not as complicated as my brain was making it out to be. So I have built a lot of the different archangels, and I built as many as I could. We're only missing a few. We're only missing a couple of them, but I got a lot of them built. And, oh, look at that. There's one I'm missing. Anyway. But yeah, so, I got a lot of them built. And, yeah, it worked out pretty good. So yeah, I'm only missing a few of them. Although it looks like I have to rebuild all of them, even though I did that last episode. So I'm not totally sure why I have to rebuild them. Weird. Oh, unless, of course, it changes my actual car. Maybe built just means this. It's like, do you want to use this right now? In which case, the answer is no. I understand now. Alright, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put all these parts back on, but... Oh, dang. I also got to change the body. I don't think I was using this body. I think I was using Wild Hunt. Yeah. There we go. Alright, I understand now. So once it's built, it doesn't, like, you don't have to change it again. I understand. So, anyway, but I finally figured out how basically the archangels work. So obviously that goes a long way. I'm also just working on putting all this stuff back on really quick. Make my vehicle the way I had it. Okay, let's see. We already just changed the body. The colors and the decals are correct. There we go. The engine is the one I had. There we go. We're back. Anyway, but yeah, I did basically figure out how the archangels worked. I was under the impression that they stayed in place after you did this part, but apparently they don't. All this means is, do you want to equip this build or not? But the point is, I did build as many as we could. There's only a couple that I'm missing, and then I did do a lot of the actual death runs. I also figured out that when you use a archangel, it is, the magnum opus, which means you actually have all of your weapons. And your magnum opus is often a lot faster than whatever your competition is. So basically, if you get the Archangel, you're probably going to get the legendary time that you need, and you're probably going to, and you're probably going to get legendary time with it. So That achievement's not as hard as I was worried it was going to be, getting the legendary time, because it's almost a byproduct of just using the magnum opus to, like, whichever archangel you're using. So if you happen to have the archangel for it, you're probably going to get legendary time while you're there. So I ran around and I did almost all of them down here in this entire lower region. There was only one or two that I didn't have a archangel that I could use, and so I wasn't able to beat it because they're really hard at the very end. There's one corner, and I don't remember which one it is, but one of these two, I think it was one of these bottom ones, I couldn't beat it because, like, the very last corner when you're, like, making the corner into Gutgash's territory, I think it was one of those. It also maybe could have been one of these ones, but I don't remember if it's pink up here, but one of the ones I was doing. But the very last corner, when you're making it right into the stronghold to get to the finish line, it's really sharp, and you have to pretty much come to a stop to make the corner. Well, the AI, for some reason, doesn't have to stop for that corner, and so then they can just, like, blow in there at, like, Mach 5, and they passed me on the very last corner to make it into the actual finish line, and they did it like 5 times in a row. So I did most, if not all of the death runs, and after I figured out that you could use the archangels, which I think I did in the second one I did, then, so I made really good progress on that front. But I don't recall if I did the death runs that were up here in the north, or if I thought, you know what, I want to wait till I clear this territory first. I don't actually remember at the moment. But, I'm actually in Gutgash's territory, okay. Well, for starters, we could go over here, because I think we were, I do want to get that, but it might not be dark. So maybe let's go ahead and teleport over here. But anyway, I did that off camera, so I did that like a week ago. I barely remember it, but I vaguely remember doing that. Anyway, but otherwise, we made really good story progress, and I don't feel like we have too much longer. I feel like story-wise, we're almost done. It's dark. We need to go right now. Hell yeah. Anyway, but I feel like story-wise, we're getting pretty close. I think pretty much all we're waiting on at this point is clearing the actual map. Other than that, I think we're like pretty much... Well, I think we're getting very close with the actual main story, and then we're just doing side story stuff for the achievements pretty much, and I do want to clear the map because there's lots of achievements related to that, and so, that type of thing, but, we're making good progress, to say the least. Alright. Definitely not. Definitely not. He's like, keep it quiet. I'm like, why? You think I'm scared of Crow-Dazzle? Pfft, definitely not. Still curious about the whole, like, missing items thing. Because there's a few items in this location that I can't find. Because we explored a lot of this before. You think this little door opens now? I don't think I'm supposed to go in there. I feel like we looked around, and I don't feel like we saw it, And I think we're missing one history relic, and I think we're missing a piece of scrap or two, something like that. And it's possible that I'm just, like, super blind, and it's super obvious, but it doesn't feel like it's my fault, So, in other rando news, have you guys seen they've given some big YouTubers access to Far Cry 6? Have you guys been seeing gameplay of that? Because, I'm stupid excited for Far Cry 6. Anyone that knows me knows I love the Far Cry series. It's one of my favorite game series of all time. And we've done 3 and 4 on my channel, and I'm waiting until I really feel like playing Far Cry 5 before we do that. And but eventually we will, and then we will also do New Dawn, which I also loved, and I loved Far Cry 5 and Far Cry 6. Loved them to death. And so gameplay for big YouTubers is being released. I saw Smitty play some, and then I saw Vanoss also play some Far Cry 6, and it was very cool. It was very, very cool. I am very excited. It looks fantastic. And I did look it up, and you can also play as a female of the main character, and apparently the main character for Far Cry 6 is actually voiced, just like they did back in Far Cry 4. Now in Far Cry 5 you were silent, But you also could customize your character and change outfits and all that jazz. And apparently, in Far Cry 6, you can play as a female version of the main person, and apparently it's also voiced. So I am very excited because, again, anyone that knows me knows I always play a female in video games. Why? I don't know, I just do. Regardless, I am very excited, and it looks fantastic, and I am so excited for Far Cry 6, so you can certainly expect to see that on my channel eventually, once it's out and all that jazz. And I think it releases in October, I think, and so you can definitely expect... Oh, look at that. I think I see the loot. I think I see some of that scrap. I guess it didn't occur to me to look all the way out here, you know?
Company.
What? I was just gonna look... Whoa! Alright, I'm ready. So, do it again. Do it again. You won't. Nope. There, see? You happy you bothered me now? Anyway, but yeah, I'm very, very excited for Far Cry 6. It looks fantastic, and you'll definitely, eventually, once it releases, you'll definitely see it on the channel. And I almost think that it was, oh, look at that. I was only missing those two. That's awesome. Anyway, but, and yeah, eventually, of course, once it releases, it'll be on the channel, and I think it was releasing, oh god, we gotta go. I think it was releasing, Alright, let's see. The fuel's low, that's a problem. Let's see. Am I taking this to... There's also... The fuel's also low. Ah. Neat. Hopefully my fuel's not too low for this, you know what I mean? But I guess we'll see. Okay, guess we'll deal with this first. Hey man, could you, like, not? There. Knock it off. Dickhead. I know, there's tornadoes and storms and... What a nightmare. Okay, we're back. Ignore the empty cars. I know it's gonna surprise you, but I got attacked again. But it didn't go well. I couldn't see anything because the, you know, well-timed storm thing, which never gets old. And yeah, we made it to a tunnel somewhere. I think we were like here. I think more or less. I think we were somewhere over here. And but I got it. There was two people waiting on the road because apparently, as you drive, the vehicle makes noise because of course it does, and it draws attention, and so everyone attacks you as you go nearby. So, there was two guys on my ass, and it was a little hard. It was a little hard to fight back because, you know, can't see. And I did fight them off, but then the car was on fire because obviously with the storm, there's metal objects being thrown at you as you drive. So by the time I reached the tunnel, I was on fire already, and I already knew I wasn't going to make it. And then I hit the wall, and then it was really on fire, so I jumped out. And so then I just reset because it was easier than waiting for the explosion and all that crap. So I just dashboarded and closed it and reopened the game for enhanced speed. And it was faster, but the sun's up. So now the mission's not even available. So, don't know, man. I feeling a little bit annoyed. I'm tired of the damn storms. I'm tired of the storms. I'm tired of getting attacked all the time. I'm getting a little tired of it all. I'm not gonna lie. Now I think a large part of it I feel like is my mood. I mentioned at the beginning of the episode that I'm not doing too hot as far as my mood and everything else is going. So I feel like it's probably my mood over the game actually doing anything super wrong. I feel like it's probably me. So, which is no surprise there. So, I don't know, man. Here's the problem is I do want to record. I mean, part of me wants to record. Part of me just says, screw it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to deal with this, and I don't want to do it because it's a lot of work to record and then edit and then all that jazz, and it takes a lot of effort too. And when you start the day with zero energy and zero drive, really hard to get yourself to like do anything because you're already running on empty. So it's like everything else you do is just going to drain you dry. So it's like, and so that's the problem. Is like I do want to clear the map because I want to get all those spicy achievements. But you know, that's the problem with a game. Like when a game is this long, you know, I love long games in general. I do, but when my mood is so shot, like a game like this, week after week after week after week, and I'm playing the same game, it's starting to wear a little bit. Not gonna lie, starting to wear me down a little bit. But I do want to play the game, and I am having fun. Again, I know this is me, like the very crappy way I'm feeling. I know it's 100% me, and it's not the game's fault. So you know, it doesn't super help. It doesn't make me feel better, obviously, but I am aware that it is on me, you know. So I don't know. Anyway, ignoring my, you know, floundering as usual mental state. Let's see. Ignoring that mission for at least until darkness at some point, maybe forever. Who knows? I'm kind of looking for... I don't remember which upgrade is the one we need. Is it cleanup crew? It might be cleanup crew. That's survey crew. I think survey crew shows me where all the camps are, which would be useful. But I'm more concerned at the moment with cleanup crew, if that's the right one, which I'm not sure it is or not. I know that's the last color I need, I think. But yeah, I don't know. It's probably in a camp somewhere, which means getting survey crew would be a good call. Would be a good call, methinks. Okay, we're lining up for a jump, and I'm mostly running from another patrol that attacked me. I know that never happens. Yeah, follow me there, morons. Didn't think so. Oh, hey, look at that. I found a cleanup crew thing. Fancy that. I was just driving around. Headed to something unrelated, I think. That'll work.
Oh, she's ailing. I'll cure her.
Yeah, a little bit low on ammo. I've had a rough few minutes. It's been a rough episode so far. There's lots of cut content, lots of dead air of me just sitting and wondering what I'm doing with my life. Okay, good start. Getting my ass kicked so far. Anyway, yeah, it's been a rough episode so far. So, I'm a little bit lower on ammo than I'd like. I imagine there's a reason that I can get up here. Or, it's pure decoration and it means nothing. One of the two. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, shut up. I'm failing my health. Fancy that.
Face me.
Yeah, you and your needs. You and your needs. Anyway. Well, I don't know all of what's down here, but some good scrap in it. I did have to spend some scrap, by the way, while I was off camera. I don't remember what our number was there, obviously, but it is lower than it was because I was buying armor pieces so I could finish Archangels, in case you're wondering. So there was a few things we were missing, but I did. Oh wow, it's good timing there. Take that, hippie. Anyway. But yeah, so I had to buy some, like, you know how I think we skipped one layer on the armor pieces? Things like that. Yeah, there was several of those going on. So I bought some of the things we were missing so I could finish the Archangel builds. In case you was wondering what it's all about. But anyway, I think that's we'll probably go to this first, then we'll bounce down and maybe talk to this, but then we're going to teleport back up to Pink Eye so we can do the cleanup crew. Alrighty. Oh well. Some of those are up top. That's less than ideal. Also, I'm Road Warrior level 55, which is pretty neat. Yeah, there's not a way up there. That's a pity, because I can't get the other scrap that's up there. Whatever. They are, but, you know, it's a little thing, it's fine.
That wreckage lies in a shallow grave. Spoil, if we be so blessed.
Hang on. Park. You mean this? Oh. It says weak buried wreck. Do you think that means that there's, like, strong buried wrecks? You know?
Well done, well done. I will see what treasures lie inside.
I wonder if there's, like, massive or strong ones, you know? I've only ever seen a few weak ones. I guess because of the challenge that we just completed, I guess that means that we've done 5 of them, I guess, but across our journey. So that's interesting. Oh, there, look at that. There's a third one. Stop. Gonna take this. Thank you. Alright. Seriously, though. Hey there, random person. What's your story? Are you friendly? I hope so.
Ugh. You still smell the slime tunnels under. But I know you left some of them sick pups down there still sucking air. You go down again, and there's plenty of loot for you.
Well, I don't know why you were whispering, practically, but... Revisit the sewer location to make sure it's emptied and cleansed. Nifty. I'm sure I won't regret this. I don't have to run there, actually. Alright.
No,
Hang on.
I don't like this place.
Yeah, well. There's not a lot of friendly places in this universe, my dude. Alright, well, there's the marker, but... I gotta find the... That doesn't help. I gotta find the... Aha! I was about to say the way to get down there. I imagine it won't just start you down there. You know? Well, obviously this isn't the way towards the marker, but... I am curious what this direction is all about. Oh. Unless, of course, it all does end up leading there. Oh, it's just a climb thing. Okay, I was about to say, what was that? It's kind of spooky down here. As it, you know, as always. Anything, real juicy? Definitely not. Real juicy, try anything at all. Well, There's a decent little stockpile. Again, it doesn't really matter. Like, most of the loot you're gonna find comes from, your camps, obviously, paying dividends, and then destroying vehicles, you know, especially after you have cleanup crew. And so then when you destroy something, it actually matters. That's kind of the bigger takeaway. That's where a lot of your loot is gonna come from. And the scavenging does get a decent amount of loot, you know. It's not that it's like worthless or not worth anything, because it is. Hey man, you might be surprised to learn that I went down there and came back and I never got attacked. Also, it's not start. Okay. So now let's go ahead and get cleanup crew going, and so we can make sure we're getting those benefits. And I really hope cleanup crew is the one I'm thinking of. I hope. Alright. Pretty alright. Thanks for asking. Yes, that's what we need. Cleanup crew is the one we needed. Hell yeah. Getting that so early is a massive benefit. Because then as I destroy vehicles, clear out the convoys, all that crap, that's actually going to matter. Nice! Man, that's convenient. It's so convenient. Hell yeah. Well, that's it. Well, that's freaking awesome. Now as we get kills, we're going to get paid much earlier than even we were foreseeing. So that's pretty good. There's a survey crew part in this one. And everything needs to be cleared eventually anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Now this intel encounter, no doubt, will be for this camp, I imagine. So I guess we should go talk to that one first, I imagine. I keep mentally wanting to put off the camps because they're super duper not easy, but they eventually need to be done. Well, hello, person. Man, they caught me anyway after all of my sweet evasive maneuvers. Oh, there we go. Okay, they turned around. We're good. Like, good God, dude. So, yeah, those guys, like, I rounded a corner, and it's... Damn it to hell. Did it again. Really, really sick of hitting B and wasting ammo. I love that a lot. Anyway, I rounded a corner, like, one turn out of Pink Eye's stronghold, and immediately a big three-man patrol came at me, but I was going around this corner at, like, 95,000 miles an hour, so I went skidding off the ledge, and I like slid all the way over till about here, and then I just continued and jumped off the other cliff and landed on there, and then I went all the way up this way. So kind of in a weird aggressive evasive maneuvers that was mostly me crashing out of control and then trying to salvage the situation. Is more what that was than anything. But and in the end, surprisingly, I did actually manage to avoid them, so I guess it was worth it.
You, Wasteland Walker. You got the looks of a warrior about you. I can tell you this much. The camp there, Warlord Scrota's property, has 3 big pumps working day and night. If you try your way inside, silence their war cry at first, the fight's gonna get mighty tough. But hear me, to the right of the entrance, there's another way inside. Smaller, less dangerous.
So I doubt there'll be anything in here I don't already know.
We should hunt them down.
Thank you. Well-defended camp with 3 pumps working for oil. Good amount of loot can be found inside. Look for a secret way to the right of the entrance. Tight perimeter defense. Lots of explosives. Watch out for chain reactions. Yep, they're so visually appealing though. Those chain reactions, they look so good, like visually. All right. Gotta put ye old sniper to good use. I'm surprised they have like this big old thing, and I don't see anybody up there. Kind of makes that surprises me a little bit. There's a fair amount of stuff. I'm only really concerned about the snipers first. I don't think there's any way to destroy those. I think I've wasted lots of ammo on those in the past, so we're gonna ignore that. Oh, look at that. I killed the war crier. Fancy that. Alright. Well, that worked well. Hey, look, my ally camps just paid me as well. That's nice. Oh, also, really quick. And just like that, no more defenses on the outside for you. Alright. Explosion required. Alright, neat. I'd say that went well, but it just really, really didn't. Well, you can at least park here for visuals, I guess. Guess we are gonna need the secret right entrance just because I don't know how to get, because I can't get in the front. So I guess for once we're actually gonna use the entrance. And we'll keep our eyes peeled for explosives. Wow, I hit him on the backswing. That was lucky. Suplex. Take that. Oh, look at that.
This is good, you weakness!
Who the hell's doing that? Oh, there he is. Anyone else? Have we had enough? Good lord, how many of you guys are in here? I was in an animation, you little shit.
Look out! Get your asses over here!
Good God.
You're the driver scrolls once. You should calm down, driver.
Ow.
Rush him! Just die, you maggots!
Anyone else? Have we had enough? Oh my god. I was in a fight for so long, dude. I killed like 100 people. Anyway. I can't tell if it's working or not. If it is, it's not doing a lot. Keyword on if, because I'm having doubts that it's working. Whew. I feel like I was in a fight for like an hour. Still, considering how many there were, I am very proud of myself for not just dying immediately. Because, you know, that's a feel-good moment. You know, considering how many of them there were, I'm feeling pretty good with how well I did. Trying to be careful with how many shots I throw around here, because there's lots of explosives on the ground. Ooh, free water. Alright, hang on. Let's go ahead and drink. Because we got free water, so we might as well take advantage of it. Oh man, that was intense. There was a lot going on there. But I am proud with how well I handled it, because it's a rough emotional day for me. So it feels good to actually have any kind of victory, you know? And there's ammo too, which is good. Because I've been spending a lot. Could have just jumped off, it's not very tall. Luckily, this camp is just like 2 giant rooms, basically, with little bits tucked in, which feels good. Alright. Oh, look at that. Holy shit! Oh my god! Wow. Yeah, that was just as intense as I thought that was gonna be. Alright. Oh, that was freaking stupid. Shout out to me. I was assuming that would happen. There we go. Obviously, there's a lot to find still. We'll know in a second. Yep, there we go. Okay, obviously there's a lot to find still, but I'm not done yet. I just wanted to knock it out, you know. Okay, taking another one because eventually I will find another insignia. I'm looking up, and I'm gonna look on the ways I'm not facing initially because that's a common insignia hiding spot. And I already got the one on the center post. So let's look up above. Now that it's mine, maybe the gate will be open? Hey, there we go. It does look like the gate is open in the distance. So that's a good thing. Survey crew, that's 1 of 2, and I think I did see the second one, I think. Oh, look at that. There's the 100% I needed. Yeah, that was a good camp, man. That was a great camp. You know, it was just like fight it was fight a legion of guys, but like that's it. Otherwise, it was just big and very simple. It was just like 2 rooms. I mean, that's like all a person could ask for. You know? That was a great camp. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Hey, man. I just killed like 40 people. Can you even believe that? Hell yeah. Yeah, that was a great camp, man. It's just like you just jump in, and it was just very simple, super doable. Huge fan. Okay, so we do have another camp here. I wouldn't mind, like, kind of focusing on this territory because this is Pink Eye's territory. This is the territory. Really quick though, survey crew. I think that was the other one we're looking for here. Survey crew, and I think if we're really dreaming, it'll just be something like this. But I almost don't think that was the case. I think it was another actual like camp. Let's see here. History relic, insignia. Scrap. History relic. Ah, there's the other survey crew part we need. There's the other survey crew part. Okay. It is in another camp, which is fine, really. We're still going to focus on this one, but that's fine. Okay. Well, I guess the sniper can come next. Okay. You guys ready for this sweet play? My god. Alright, hang on a minute. I wasn't even here for these guys? Holy crap. I wasn't even there for them. I was talking about
Reflex! Scope! Long shot! We ripped that armor off and lay it on him!
Quickly, we don't have time now. Oh. Really? How about that? They got scared and ran away. Alright. They saw what I was, I don't know, doing to my enemies or something, and they're like, screw that, man.
I'll stay here and guard her holiness, my angel. Just so you know.
Bro, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, I think there's a fence in the way. Alright, well. Anyways, I didn't even realize you could see the camp from here. I was just trying to get the guy over there. Hey there, partner. What's up?
See that, my strange myrtling? The Scrotus swineherd can be reached both sides of the bridge. This camp is strategic for Scrotus, on account it's so close to Pink Eye Silo. Be sure to snuff the war cry first, though.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Both of the war cries are already dead. This camp has one entrance on each side of the bridge. It's a good idea to take out the war cry before entering. I already did that. There's a history relic on the south side. Hidden entrance can be found on the base. Well, how about that? So I could just drive to the base from down here. I mean, I could do that.
Your doom flies our way.
Alright. Stay here, bro. I'm gonna go deal with this. What's funny is when that intel chick was like strategic. What's funny is when I was reading the subtitles, I was like trying to figure out what that word was gonna be, and my guess was not strategic. Oh well, that's a pity. Oh shit. Sorry, Max. That was unnecessary. Didn't mean to break your legs, dude. Hang on. I think I figured out earlier that you can break this with the magnum opus. I think I did that once, like, kind of more accidentally than anything. Yeah, see? Told you. Hell yeah. Anyway. Sorry, Max. Didn't mean to break your legs, dude. But yeah, when I was looking at that word, I was trying to figure out what the word was going to be. And, strategic was not the word, was not my guess. I was thinking it sounded almost like it was going to be like something from Skyrim. Like Argonian names, you know? Where it's like whatever, jumps over waves or something, you know? You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was going to be like some sort of Argonian looking thing. But obviously, you know, I was like, I don't know what that word's going to be, but I'm excited to find out. Oh, it's a... Oh, got it. Okay, it's a tiptoe wall. That's fine. I was just like, oh my god, I think I walked off again. Hola! Here, have your shiv back, dude. Alright. Just gonna take all of these goodies. Already got all of them. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter which way I go first, I guess. So, I guess we'll head sniper side first, I guess. How the hell I'm gonna find the insignias on this camp, I don't know. Because this place is big. very lucky there's a railing there, otherwise I would have walked off. 110%, dude. Hi, guys. You don't get too excited, pal. Is that an insignia, or am I just tripping balls? Tripping balls is the answer. That's not an insignia. Don't get too excited. Oh, look at that. Food. Might as well, you know, it's free healing. It's free real estate. You never know when that's gonna come in handy. I already missed that other camp we were just in. You know, the one that was real simple. I already miss it because it was a rarity, that's for sure. I don't want to say it was underappreciated because I did appreciate it. I just miss it. Oh, insignia. Well, that feels good at least. Hola. There's one of the entrances. I was just looking for insignias, to be honest with you. Ah. Well, there's one hanging in the center shillelagh. Don't ask why I thought that was the word I went with. Also, don't ask why I'm a great shot. Thank you for noticing. Alright. Okay, well, there's two insignias. I don't know if I've gotten everything over here, but there is another piece to this bridge, so at the same time, I know there's other stuff this way. Oh, hang on. I know I saw something. There we go. I mean, it would kind of make sense if it was like a 4 and 4 type of deal, you know? There's 4, you know, of the scrap on one side, and then 2 insignias, and it's the same thing on the other side, you know? It would make sense. We're just topping off because it's free. I actually didn't mean to do that. I was just trying to grab my, grab the old weapon. Use it as long as we can. I don't think it probably doesn't have too many more strikes left in it, but we'll use it while we can. I already saw something shining over there, but that makes sense. Alright, I think this is where we came in with the ye old secret entrance. So I guess now we're headed on over. Ooh, one of the insignias. That feels good. Oh, I wonder if this is where I came in. I think it must be. And so I think I was probably distracted by the enemies, and so I didn't look for that insignia. I imagine it's something like that. There's a new melee weapon right there. I don't know if it'd be wise to switch out the one I have, or if use the one I have and then come back for this. I don't know if it's even worth coming back for, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think we'll just replace mine, because mine's already pretty beat, so... I probably only have a strike or two left in it. Hi, guys. Let's tussle.
Come here! Smash that thing in my face!
That is such a clean takedown. I love it. It's such a clean takedown. I love it, dude. Yay! Alright, I know, I got lots of things to find still. Threat Lord. Ignore me, children. I'm looking around for loot. Ah, this is what I saw shining across the bridge. Feels good, although really quick. Hang on. Okay. Just want to make sure there was nothing crafty. There's one insignia we're missing, and then there's several scraps and other hoopla such as that. There's an upper area with stairs, but I was about to say I think this is like a little attic cubby hole. Okay. Now let's go actually look outside. Or up above, I should say. I don't need the weapon. Really quick, though. Okay. One of the snipers I killed, I suppose. Is there something down there to get to drop that before I jump down? Probably, right? Aha. There we go. All is well and fine, but I'm missing items. It's all well and good until you realize all the crap I'm missing. Yeah, I'm missing an insignia, and I'm missing a scrap, and a history relic. Oh, okay, there we go. I found a scrap. I don't know how the hell I missed that. It was right in this main room. So, you know, there's one thing. Now we're missing one insignia and one history relic. So I'll keep searching and keep you apprised. Ah, there's the history relic. Ow. Okay, I don't know the kid's name. A neighbor brought it. Just thought you'd see how good Toby's adapting to his new home. He's a real fine dog, Marcel and Zoe.
There's so many things we'll never see again. Trust. And great trees, plenty of food, security. Joy.
Thanks for the dark thought as always there, Max. Appreciate it. Alright, now we just got an insignia. If it isn't always the insignias. Aha! I found it. You know, earlier when I was grabbing this scrap, and I went that way too, for some reason I missed this little room. So, that took a long time, which I know is very surprising, because that never happens to me. I always find my insignias so easily. It goes there forever. I had to open a stupid little guide, as usual, to try and show me where the fucking insignias were, because as usual, it wasn't easy. I know, it's very surprising. Never happens. So yeah, it's I already saw on the guide that this whole thing tip over, so that wasn't surprising because I already knew that happened. Anyway, finally. Good lord, dude. All right, well there's a catapult right over that way, so I suppose I could go to the bottom and grab my car and then go back up and around, or I could run to the catapult and then use a flare to get the car to just show up to me. I guess I'll probably grab my car. Although there's one of those little tiptoe walls, maybe not. All right, I'm gonna start running, and I'll see you guys there. Okay, we're just about here. Hopefully this whole use the flare thing actually works, but I guess we'll see. Hey guys. Oh. Just the one guy? He's just guarding this thing alone? Wow, sucks to be him. Alright. Anyway. I didn't actually want the binoculars. I was just trying to see which button was the flare before I touched it.
I see. You're back now.
Indeed I am. I don't totally remember. Is it the shotgun? No? Oh, it was the shotgun. I just, like, I wasn't lined up enough. It was the shotgun. Oh, cleanup crew. Right. I already forgot that was a thing.
Party of roadkill.
That's very surprising. That never happens. Alright. Just gonna knock down this unholy structure. Alright. I love you can hear the rumble of my car. It's so meaty. Just blub 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 blub. Just so meaty. I love it. Alright. That takes care of that. We have a convoy, and it's been many years, it feels like, since we did a convoy. That wouldn't be bad. There's 2 minefields to do here. Obviously, I know where one of them is, but I don't know where the other one is. I'm a little hesitant to jump on top of a convoy, because, like, look at the route this one takes. It goes by lots of danger. And dealing with the convoy is not that bad, but it would be a little less preferable to get attacked so often. You know what I mean? Unless I could catch him while he was, like, in this part of the territory. Which seems unlikely. Alright. So,
One more down.
ignore the carcasses behind me. They had it coming, alright? Don't worry about it. Hey. I wasn't even there for that. I was just getting ready to aim at that. Oh. Well, look at that. That's cute. A little bit of free food and free ammo. That's cute. Anyway. Oh, well. Aren't you sad? Anyway, good talk.
We really should try to get our lovely magnum opus into safety. See?
Relax, bro. Relax, bro. Just gonna get my just rewards. I'm surprised you can't upgrade the brakes on these things, because every car I've used, none of the brakes work very well. Doesn't really matter which ones you're driving or whatever, because all of the brakes work like crap. And in the Magnum Opus, you really notice, because it has a really good top speed. Our acceleration is kind of ass because of all the armor we were wearing, but, you know, like, its top speed is real good, but, like, damn. It does not stop at all. Not even a little bit. Do you think it's dark enough? I feel like the sun is getting real low. I'm not sure if it's dark enough for that yet, but it's getting pretty dark. I kind of just don't want to do anything too intensive until it's real dark, you know? You know? Maybe just kind of a little bit tempted just to poke around and, like, take out snipers and towers and stuff while I'm waiting for it to get dark. Because I would really love to get that mission out of the way, you know? So maybe let's head towards this and jump this sniper, I guess?
Shooter!
Shooter, I barely even know her. Oh, dear. Look, guys, I caught a convoy. You feeling adventurous? Let's just do this.
Watch the whirling man shredder!
Well, that was spicy.
Without his wheels, he get nowhere. Mojo!
Well. Wonder if this is a good plan. Hang on a minute. Well, that was something, no? I just sat there with the flamethrowers on.
Artifact!
Cause he was real tough, dude. I like ran into him and his armor barely even moved. I was like, all right, well, let's try a different strategy. As usual. As usual, it's not just gonna be nice about it. spent a lot of fuel on that little flamethrower shenanigans, but, you know, whatever.
Might be able to.
What the hell? Wow, that's frightening. Hell yeah, I love it. It's super creepy. Now, the real question is, what does it offer in terms of stats? That's the real takeaway. So at the moment, I have double boost into handling because, for obvious reasons. Weaponry. Yeah, weaponry is not a weak point on this vehicle. I don't need it because, you know, I don't need a weaponry boost. I need the ones I have, but it's very cool and I would love to use it, but, you know. But alas, I need the handling boost worse than anything else. Well, that worked out well. Plus, now we got the convoy done, so that's good. Oh, actually, hang on a minute. Oh, hang on. Ow! Do you guys, like, get a hobby? Good God, dude. Like, screw you guys. Alright, heal the car, please. I know, I can't do a thing, man. There's just like, can't walk like 6 feet without getting jumped by these guys. They're insatiable. Anyway. Okay. Back to what I was attempting to do before I got attacked again. Alright, so that's part of the camp. The one I'm after is that guy. That one was more just because. Alright, anyway. There we go. It's right over here, we might as well. Let's see here. Is it on this level? Looks to be. Is there a ramp, or am I supposed to use my little... I think I might be able to reach it from here. Let's see. Maybe not. Okay, let's get a little closer. How about that? No? Nothing from you? Cannot believe that worked. Cannot believe that worked. Wow. That was oddly easy. I'm really surprised, to be honest. I mean, I boosted and everything, but like, I guess my armor and my grill and stuff, I guess I really am very powerful. Because, damn. It, like, disintegrated. Well, if you can manage to run into him, that's the strat, I think. Alright, anyway. Let's see. We got the newer, fancier engine, which is pretty hype. We got new pipes. Ooh. The biggest, baddest exhaust. And then we got a new suspension for more handling. Be still my beating heart. I'll take the handling increase, please. Hell yeah. And then while I'm there, I'll take the pipe. The President exhaust. Wow, look at those pipes, though. Hell yeah. Alright, we don't quite have enough for the new engine, but so worth it. Don't regret a thing. Alright, we almost can't afford the new engine, but not quite, not quite. We're still waiting for the dark, in case you're wondering what I'm screwing around for. We're waiting for it to get dark outside, so that's what we're waiting on. I mean, it is dark, but like darker. I don't know when it kicks off, you know? I mean, it is getting dark, but I really would love it to be like definitely nightfall. Also, look, I found one of the minefields. Alright. So, I found the Scarecrow. Oh, there he is.
Get down! A marksman!
I kind of want to go attack him up close because he'll have ammo, and I feel like that's worth it. Also, I love my new pipes, by the way. Easy. There we go.
Drawing near.
Well, if buzzards are near, that should mean it's dark enough to allow me to go and do that thing. Alright, well, let's go ahead and drop this scarecrow, and then maybe we'll go ahead and give it a shot. If it's dark enough that the game is sending buzzards at me, then it should be dark enough that I can do the deed with that side mission. So hopefully that's true. Curse you, rock, for slightly nudging me. Hell yeah. Oop. Gonna take that, and I'll take that, and this. Alright. Booyah. It all needs to be done anyway, right? So, alright, maybe let's see if it's dark enough for this little shindig, shall we? Ooh, we just got the upgrade. Hang on. Braking. Alright. We can get the engine now. Alright. Alright. There's an upgrade. Now we have the massive big chief. Good God, look at that engine. Oh my God. Look at that. We finally broke even on acceleration. That is an increase. Ooh, it sounds different. Oh, it sounds juicy. Why bother? There's no reason to keep it silent because he's going to take it from me. It's like, I mean, I'm gonna get attacked a lot. There's no reason to be quiet. Now, unrelated, but I'm just gonna borrow some fuel, man. Don't worry about me. I spent a lot of fuel earlier and some shenanigans that I was up to. Don't ask questions. I may have just, I mean, the big fuel expenditure was me just sitting on top of my enemy and shooting him and just sitting with my flamethrowers on. That didn't help. That didn't help. And a lot of these fuel canisters look just about empty, because that one barely even flickered to life before it vanished. So I imagine these are probably almost all empty. Oh, there we go. That one had something in it. See, even that's better. I'm going to save this third one for the actual vehicle itself. So I'm just gonna borrow this if I can, which I can't. Well, it looks like I actually can't take this one. Alright then. Be that way.
Company.
Obviously. They spawn in as soon as you do it. I mean, it's scripted. That's no one's fault. And by no one's, I mean it's not mine. Anyway. Okay, gonna be honest. You wouldn't... If I destroy this, there's at least a chance fuel canister? No? Dang it. It was worth a shot. I tried. I don't want to use my fuel on it if I could help it, but... I don't know. I feel like I might have to, man. Does it come with gas? Oh! It comes with gas. To be honest, I'm real tempted just to sit here. It's not a good plan, though, because, like, obviously... they're not just gonna be cool with this. You know, I mean, the objective is to get it to the, you know, the end of it all, right? So it's like, I gain nothing by sitting here, other than being a little scaredy baby. All right, let's go. All right, here we go. We can do this. Hopefully, I mean, hopefully this time there's no if there's no storm this time. So at least I can see, even if this thing is squirrely and it'll spin out if I think about it too hard. At least, if I could at least see the road, that'll be a good start. Quickly, quickly, get inside! I'm inside! Alright, I was being pursued and I was out of ammo. I was driving in first person because that vehicle's so tall you actually can't see without moving the camera up top manually. So I was driving first person because it was actually easier to see, surprisingly. But hey, we got it. I found the crow collar and the loudspeakers that the outcar wanted. Whew. We got the vehicle to the collection, so feels pretty good. I'm completely out of ammo. Also, stop and smell the roses. Hey, that's all the wasteland missions. Hell yeah. Feels good, dude. Well, that's exciting. Alright. Let's see here. Just wanted to see if there was anything... Alright, yeah, so it doesn't actually look like it freed up anything. Yeah, I need the bigger engine upgrade for that. Alright. Whew. Yeah, so, you know, that was a lot to take in. Okay. Let's go ahead and teleport to Deep Fry's stronghold so I can refill my ammo. Is mostly the biggest reason. Oh man, that one wasn't easy, but it wasn't the hardest thing in the world either. So, you know. Oh boy. Yeah. Don't be deceived. All right. So you might be surprised to learn what we're gonna do now. We're actually gonna go continue with the story because, fun fact, I won't tell you what we unlock, but so first of all, when you finish the story, you can continue with the game, like in a lot of open world games. Once the story's over, you can go back in. So that's the first thing. The other reason is you unlock a special car and I think a special jacket and a special shotgun when you finish the game. And so I'm a little tempted to do it so we can actually see it, at least a little bit. And the other reason is I'm a little tempted is so we can be done with this game, because I might do the rest, I mean, not even might. I would do the rest of this off camera, but I'm not, maybe. Or we could just do it on camera after we finish the story, just so we unlock the special car and special jacket and stuff. And I am shallow, and I really want the special jacket and the special car. So we're going to go continue with the story. And I don't know exactly what story number this is, but we're gonna maybe be thinking about moving that direction.
Don't believe me for saying, but we should really not risk the Opus now that she's complete. We should focus on finishing the final touches. The angel beckons.
Current alone.
Yeah, only a few tweaks now.
Need 2 big fuel tanks to go in the back, with a drive across the plains of silence.
But that's not part of the design. Where will I, the faithful chum bucket, go? Where do I fit? Zane?
Oh, that sad face.
Answer me!
I don't think he's gonna answer you, bro. Yikes, sad face though.
We risk too much. They're coming out here.
No one forced you.
I would never leave the magnum opus.
The sooner we find this old man and the girl, the sooner we know. You keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, man, keep your eyes peeled.
Saint? It's not a good place. Saint?
The old man. As she said, the child's keeper.
Was its keeper? Huh? This is honorable work, yes, but to do good, it's best to be alive. No, every second here we risk everything.
We're close to the Underdune. She's down there.
That's what I'm saying. This is Buzzard Land. Finally, you see, we gotta burn. Light it up.
Buzzard Land, the only thing better than Disneyland. Alright, well, follow the tire tracks. We gotta save Glory for the waifu.
That must be it.
We underdo. We came here before and almost found our graves to tempt fate like this same. To abandon gospel for luck. It is to beg for slaughter.
It must be done. The waifu demands it.
Praise be. The gate is locked up and there's no way for us inside.
We run through it.
Oh no.
He's like, oh, yes. It's locked. Nothing we can do. Not our fault.
Buried again in this catacomb. Nothing to do but roam around until, by chance, they spew
We're
us
here
out.
for the child.
But why? Why? The buzzards use children to dig around for loot. They're called diglings.
Diglings.
Oh, deep in the gloom of their horrible tunnels, I'd wager.
Diglings. That's adorable. Close range. Very close range. I'm a lot more upgraded than the last time I was here. Oh, this does explain why I couldn't find that, that place earlier, you know? If these, little extra sites are down here, it would explain it. Alright, man.
Going alone. Wait here. But keep alert.
Understood.
Can you not see shit? Use the flashlight. Thank you. I can't see shit, and I was using the flashlight. Easy, big guy.
Ladder.
Easy, big guy. Diglings. That's so freaking cute, dude. It's like Diglett's little brother. It's adorable. I was like, what's down here? Death. That's what's down there.
This is falling apart.
Tell me about it. Oh, look, the elevator. I was about to say, that's not stable.
I'm fine. Stay with the car. Come back here. He's gone.
To be fair, he wasn't happy to be here.
Go deeper if I want to find these diglings.
I know. Well, now I have to find him because he took my car. That little shit. You filthy coward. Alright, well. Diglings, dude. They should make a third level, a third evolution for Diglett, and then they should make it, they should call it a Digling. Yes, this explains why I couldn't find the scrap up top. It's because it wasn't up top. Alright, we're just gonna keep our eyes peeled and make sure we miss nothing. As we do. Was that another door over here? Oh, no, that's where I got the ammo just now. Silly rabbit. Hello? Diglings, are you around? You think it's a ascend? It is an ascend for the objective, which makes me feel like I should descend for the loot. Ah, yes. I am a smart man. Sometimes, not usually. It's happened once or twice by accident. How quickly I backpedaled. Pay myself a compliment and immediately feel like that's not true. Children? There they are. Sup, you monkeys? Let's fight. suplex. And a clothesline.
It's safe now, kid.
Yeah, I'll talk to you in a second there, kid. Supposed to keep the light on, please. I can't see a thing. He's like, going back to deep fry, and he just bails on me. The little sausage. Wonder why that's yellow. That's usually Max, look here colors. Alright, looks like there truly is nothing in here. Child?
Hey. You know, yeah, if there's another one. Down here. With that name. Glory?
No. Declan. Down there.
Good luck, kid. Alright.
Must keep looking for the child.
I know, we gotta find the kid. Hello? Is there anyone down here by the name of Glory?
So, it's one of three.
Aye, that's the truth. Aye, that be the truth. Well, I elect to go left. Why? Because I chose at random, that's why. Hello? Backtrack. You think she'll be in the third one regardless? Because that's my wondering. That's my wondering. I feel like I live in the Mad Max universe already. That's what I'm thinking. I'm wondering if she'll be whatever the third one ends up being. Hi, guys. Nice try, Bruce Lee. Not fast enough. I'll take these. And this. I mean, that is the option, though, right? I could ignore the objectives and go to each one and grab the loot just to make sure I didn't miss it. That would be so haggard, but I think that we might do just that. It'll be double trips, but it would definitely rule out the possibility of me missing anything. And that's good enough for me. Alright. How quickly we gain scrap, because obviously just very recently we just spent like almost pretty much everything we had to get the new bigger, badder engines and stuff, you know? So how quickly it all comes back, you know? It's very interesting. Which is good. I mean, it does mean that, like, you know, the little investigations, the little scraps, the little looking around, that stuff does make a difference. Is what that means. It does make a difference, and I like that. Hi guys. Hola. Okay. Well, I guess being a 9. I feel like at this point, if the other ones aren't here, there's probably a reason. So yeah,
Better keep looking. Gotta be one of these.
here's hoping. And I'm also hoping we won't miss any of these scraps. But I feel like if there's a bundle missing, and obviously we're missing 3, I feel like it's, you know, hopefully a sign that I got everything in this area, and then the last group is, you know, after we get Glory, or maybe we explore all 3 of these and none of them are right, wherever her location is. And that's kind of what I'm banking on, because I feel like I looked around otherwise, so... I feel fairly confident that I didn't just miss anything. At least that I could help anyway.
Have to find that child.
Yes, well...
What was that?
Oh, there we go. There you go. So it looks like you investigate 2 of them, and then something happens in the 3rd one, or maybe I just happened to pick very lucky, and it really was, you know, the one that I didn't explore. Maybe that's it. So, who knows? But maybe in this last area will be the actual goods. All right. Well, there's a gate. Okay, nothing behind there. I imagine it'll be in there that something is hiding, but I just want to be sure. Alright, I feel fairly confident that, again, it's not like I'm just an idiot and I missed anything thing. Okay, I'll bite the bullet.
Whole place caved in.
Yeah, one step at a time here.
Leave me alone, Buzzard!
I'm not a buzzard.
Your mama's name is Hope. She's got red hair. She calls you Glory.
Mom alive?
She is. She's waiting for you.
Okay, kid.
Come on. Through here.
Now, if you see a scrap, I want you to yell. And be like, "There's the scrap, mister!" I'll be like, "Thank you." As again, I don't feel like I missed it, but I don't know, man. I mean, I looked, but I didn't see. We're missing 3 still. But it doesn't matter, right? At the end of the day, if it's possible to come back, I will.
Get out of here.
No,
So,
It must be.
doesn't matter. Even if I miss it, I'll be coming back here anyway to 100% the map and stuff, so. It doesn't really matter. It's just, you know, anything, if you can do everything in one trip, it's just way more convenient to do so. I'm also definitely about to get attacked, by the way. There's no way it's going to be this easy. Ah, there we go. Well, come on then, Macho Man.
Stay here.
I'll stay.
Thank you. I gotta deal with this. Hi, guys. if you're just gonna stand there, I'm definitely gonna loot. I'm not just gonna stand here like an idiot. Ooh, friendly fire. I can't believe you. Well, that was easy. Hey, you tried to ruin my victory, and yes, I saw that. It was worth the hit. I was fighting ferals. Alright. Well, that was easy. I will put Glory in the buzzard car. We will go. I know I already looked here, though. Damn. Alright, come on, girl.
Come on. That's our ride.
Yeah, man, I gotta go slap Chum. Like, Chum, dude, you freaking ditched me, man. What the hell? That glow over there better not be scrap I just missed. Because I will be upset. Alright. Now, really quick. Alright. I'm returning. I'm sorry, okay? I just really was hoping to find the scrap, but I'm giving up, okay? I'm sorry.
Going? You and me?
Yes.
Back to Mama?
Yes.
We are, but I'm scared of the walls, okay? Oh, that was neat. Oh.
The old man with the star. He your papa?
He was an old man. And he was friend to me. No, Daddy.
Why's your mama stay behind?
Only me and the thin man could get out of the cage.
Using the fan to open it. Smart. But why the underdog?
Mama had a scratchy map. A safe place with food. And when we came, Buzzard was already there. Old man was killed.
You did good. You survived.
Just takes so little to just be completely sideways in this game. One little object and your car is just sideways. It's like destiny.
They want to take me!
I noticed.
Sit tight.
Whoa! Extra throttle. Please stop. There. Stop it, I said. Stop it, I said. Get off of me. Get off of me. Ah, maybe I'm out of mines. I was just dropping them willy-nilly. Okay, right. We absolutely need to be going the other way.
That's Gaston. That's where Mama's at.
Gas town? Gas town safe?
I mean,
Why?
yeah, no.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah, no, Gastown is not safe. It's just safer. It's safer, but it's not safe. We don't want to lie to the child and have her be thinking it's safe, because it's not. I mean, even my, like, allies' stronghold doesn't feel safe. Because, like, they might do something sketchy, you know? Like, you can't trust anybody. Not even your quote-unquote friends.
Are you going to stay with me and my mama?
No.
Why? You can be free. You can be father.
No. I travel alone.
He could be. He's just scared. I'm hoping he'll let it be, you know? I'm hoping he'll soften up. You know? But it's hard to say, man. Max is a cracked dude. It's a little hard to say.
Here we are. We made it.
So, I get to see mama?
Oh, sorry. I just assumed there was more to that conversation. I'm here. Whew.
Mama!
I found you.
Max is like, it hurts too bad. Glory has been returned to her mother, and my contract is done. Now there is nothing holding me back from leaving this wretched place. Yeah, Max, you keep telling yourself that.
Where is it?
Thank you.
I can't be gone.
Yeah, I'm noticing that. Oh, fancy that. Is that the only car they give me, or can I select anything in my collection?
Gone. Where is he? Where's the car? Hey!
Bad move.
My fingers ain't dirty to your wagon. It's the hunchback.
Where is he? Where is the car?
I don't know. I heard he said he was taken to where it was born. He said he cared about it. He raged about that wagon like it was raging about some fine dame.
The ship. You let him go. You let this happen.
It's no affair of mine.
It is now. I need your fastest machine.
It's yours. Take what you need.
Your machine is gone. You were betrayed. So what? Stay with us. Make a life. When are you gonna have another chance?
Do it, Max.
Our contract is done. Hey.
He's scared of feeling.
It's a present. For you.
Together we can build more than a life raft.
Max doesn't like feeling things. He's very mean. He's a very grouchy man. I'm going to find Chum
Never should have trusted the hunchback.
and kill him.
Close now.
Ugh, that little shit. He took my car. Of all the things he could have done, this is what is most unacceptable. Alright, we're going to teleport back to Jeet's stronghold, mostly just so I don't have to travel all this way in a car that's, you know, not the magnum opus. It's very different. It's very different. So, we're gonna fast travel over here and deal with this. Has currently lost contact, which restricts to the garage and signal Chum functionality. Yes, I know. I can't select cars either. So now we have to do it because I don't have access to the magnum opus anymore. Okay, I will take this thing and let's go chase down the magnum opus. So, we're getting close. This thing is, like, stupid fast. It's very fast. As you can see, wow, I cannot believe I didn't damage it. Anyway.
With the car, Should never, ever trust no one.
Max, that's not the lesson to learn. I was being chased by peons, but it looks like they gave up the chase. So that's good. Hi.
Hold. Don't raise your weapon to me. I'll tell you instead, the warlords who entered that big ship was the Scrotus himself and his underling, the Stank Gum. Wanna die? Go right in.
Thank you. Good looking out, I guess. So, you know, I mean, it's a good vehicle. It's just, it's not the thing I've spent the game building, you know what I mean? It's very, very fast, though. So that's awesome. Probably because it has no armor or protection and it doesn't weigh anything. If I had to take a guess, that's my opinion. That's because it has no armor or protection, but boy, is it fast. Dad's upset. Where's my damn car? Well, well, it's my baby. Is she okay? Oh my god. What happened?
You came for me. You came for me.
I should kill you for this.
Hail the champ! The ruination of Stank Gum, they said.
Uh-oh.
The one who thieved my big block and my concubine.
They're both mine now.
Not to mention the one who ran a saw blade into Lord Scabrous Scrotus's very brain bag, as if cutting dead stump. Saw your ride, followed it here. We all followed it here. Found your monkey, and that monkey was made to sing about you, a woman, a child, a whole little family. You must be the daddy. Well, now, daddy's gonna die.
I'll come and get it, Scarface. You hurt my car. You threatened my woman.
By the finest artist. Oh, and there's a surprise for you. I'll tell you as my blade peels away the first layer of your skin.
What are you talking about? What's he done?
Alright, I think that's their code for like, yeah, that's not gonna work. I know, you told him everything, dude, about my waifu and my car and everything. It's unpleasant. Come on then, bro, swing at me. I'd attack you, but there's no reason to. Oh. His attack animations are weird. Like, I have to like block like so early. Woo! That's not a block. Come on. There we go. Yeah, you can't shoot him. I gotta stop trying, it's wasting ammo. I was in an animation! Stop! Stop! I'm rolling, I'm dodging, I'm fighting back. That one was on accident, believe it or not.
You were horrible. I feel so bad. mistake to sin. I'm a wretched sinner and betrayer.
Stop. Once you're in that, you just can't get out of it. It's rough. Oh, it's so juicy. That's for you. Oh, now I'm in fury mode too. You're screwed. That enough?
What did he tell you? Lord Scrotus was here. He heard that monkey song and he dug it about a little family.
The waifu? Oh no. My dog too?
Scrotus gonna hurt you more than you could ever hurt me. He's there right now, killing him slow.
Oh no.
In all sorts of tasty ways.
Run him over. Run him over. Oh god, yeah, fuck you, dude.
That I took it upon myself to bring her back to her birthplace. My angel, the magnum of
You stole it.
righteous.
We must save everybody. Hang on a minute. An objective. I mean, if last place we were was here. But I don't know where to go.
It's not, I confess. But what could this lonely acolyte do? What could I possibly do? You meant to take her from me. You meant to plant your petrol tanks back here.
So,
So, where would Chumbucket be? What's my place?
it doesn't matter anymore.
Ah, there we go. I was about to say, we gotta save the waifu.
I should have trusted you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, he's not wrong. But, like, still, he should have trusted. I mean, Max was absolutely going to betray him. But man, we have to have Max feel again. We have to. He should have his cute little family, you know.
Where are we going? No, Safe, not back here.
He's upset. So if you're wondering what's been happening, like the entire time, I mean the entire time, Chum has been crying and yelling at Max, and Max hasn't said a word. He's like, I'm sorry, what was I supposed to do? And he's like, Saint? And then Max doesn't say a word, and he's like, oh, Saint, come on, talk to me, man. And he just doesn't say a word. You know, it's been an emotional journey.
Please, Safe, let's go somewhere else. Anywhere. There's nothing wrong here. Please. No.
If you want something, you're gonna have to come closer this way. Oh no.
You're too late. Scrotus was here.
Oh no.
Okay, baby. Come here.
Oh, she's alive. Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Nobody will remember my name.
No. Oh no.
Yes, they will. I'll remember. I promise you.
Oh no, she's not gonna make it. Max, you idiot. If he had just taken them up on their offer.
Lord Scrotus likes to take his time.
Oh no.
Kill them all. I want you to paint my name in their blood across the lands.
Deal.
Burn through your veins. Where is it?
Yeah, the brakes don't stop that good. Not in game, they don't. Look at that. Look at that car, though. So mighty. Max is so pissed. I'm pissed. Max, you idiot. You idiot. They both got killed. The waifu and the cute little girl, both dead. And it's all Max's fault. If he had just taken them up on their offer of, like, starting something, and then, like, they could... Oh, Max, you idiot. And then Chum, too. Chum's an idiot, too, for taking the car. Because if he hadn't taken the car, they wouldn't have seen him, and they wouldn't have followed him, and then none of that would have happened. So it's Chum's fault, it's Max's fault, they're all idiots. Ah, what a waste. Hope, my love. I'm so sorry. Hope and Glory are gone, dead by the hands of Scrotus. He will pay for this. Oh, boy. I don't think we're doing okay.
He murdered them. Scrotus. I will have his blood. I must find him. And end him. But where is he?
But he knows where he goes. No, Saint. Only his war boys know his patterns. His zigzags and desperate unholy movementations.
Let's get a little away from that ledge, huh?
The blood bag upside down in the organic mechanics. He called himself Scab. Was a war boy, he said. Was with Scrotus. He said so. Oh, he'll know. Yeah, he'll know. And he will tell me.
Yeah, Max is pissed. I'm pissed. What a waste. Paint my name in blood. Oh, Max, you fool. Let's see here. Yeah. But it doesn't tell you how far. You know? It doesn't tell you how many there are. Because, like, I don't know. Like, this might... I don't know. Well, we got time. We got time. We could just keep going. I also could just Google it, not be such an idiot. That's a pretty solid plan, huh? Don't be such an idiot, just Google it. Alright. So, I looked it up, and supposedly, this Write My Name in Their Blood is the final mission. The final story mission. So, supposedly that's, according to what I was looking up, that's the case. So, let's keep on trucking, man. Man, I can't believe Hope is dead. He's about to have the final showdown with Scrotus to make sure that Max and the Magnum Opus are well equipped to upgrade it before proceeding. Max is fully upgraded, the Magnum Opus is as upgraded as it needs to be. I will work on the other stuff off camera. Off is probably what I'm thinking about doing. And, yeah, I'll hit the other stuff off camera, like 100%ing the map and all that jazz, but I think my on-camera adventure with Mad Max has pretty much come to a close.
Where's Scrotus? Scrotus? I will tell you where to find him. Your fame walks on its own, and your shadow has grown. And my blood has fueled legend. Scrotus is settled on Roadslide of the Purgatory Flatlands. 2 weeks, he said. A spent shell. Bring his corpus gratis to the organic mechanic and let the blood serve. Now my blood returns for you, Scrotus. Now my blood returns.
Oh, we're ready for war.
He's big, Saint. Are you sure about this?
Oh, I'm sure, bro.
Fire jumpers!
Paint my name in their blood.
Deal.
Paint my
you know how. Kill him.
I would love to.
Take his life like he took ours.
I will, my love.
Do it. The only thing you know how. Kill him.
Until death.
I'm catching back up, boyo.
What's the pain, ass Jack?
Lost the paint, ass Jack.
Fuel tanks on the sides. A weak spot if ever there was one.
Excuse me, guys. Just trying to real hard to get the other way.
Go in, kill, deceiving.
Car's in pain. I would love to heal, but I'm a little worried about him outrunning me. And like, what if I get in trouble because he, you know, he's too far away or something? All the cars that I pulled their wheels off. Alright, stop, please. Ah! I'm still falling! Stop! Oh my god. How could you fall down that long? Like, eventually there's a ground. How could you fall down that long? I just wouldn't stop falling.
There he is! Oh, he's big, Saint. Are you sure about this?
Eat my name in their blood.
the only thing you know how. Kill. Kill him. Take his life like he took ours. Do it. The only thing you know how. Kill. Kill him.
life back into her lungs still. Black fingers will heal her, say. Yeah.
Come on! What you
Praise me! Her juices flow! Her valves are aglow with the cuttering pistons blow by blow! Yes!
Get off! Just one chance to get it.
Yeah! She will die! Oh, Snake!
Get off!
Never! I would rather breathe my last breath than watch her die! I am her protector! Her savior! No! Sage! Sage! Please! Please spare her! Please save!
Here we go.
They must all die. All die for what they've done.
Bleed. Oh, God. Oh, goodbye, chum. Goodbye, chum. Goodbye, magnum opus. Uh-oh. Oh, he had another car. Well, come and get it then, nerd. Trust me, game, this is not my first time having to beat someone in a car on foot. Trust me.
Thunder! Bring the thunder!
Ah, that's a good idea, waifu.
Take his life like he took ours.
That's like, I absolutely will. He will pay.
Sticks and stone! Break this bone!
It was a practice throw. If he was there, he would have been dead. It was a confidence
name
thing.
in their
It's
blood.
not that I'm an idiot.
Paint my name!
I will do it. They will remember the name. Not really sure how that's gonna happen unless he parks. He better park and stop moving or something, because nothing we can do about this. Unless, like, I do something like this.
My blood.
Ugh. Wow, okay, yeah. That's the strat right there. You gotta do it as soon as he... Gotta do it real early.
Must die.
He will die. There we go. And then we just do it something, a little number like that. Wow, that was easy. I'm assuming he's gonna climb out of the car now. It's like a sick parody off of my magnum opus. Watch the horn, dude. I knew it. I knew it. There, you dead now? Let's say. I wonder if the car still works. Isn't that Max's car from the beginning? Didn't he have a car at the beginning? Oh, and he left the snow globe. It's like it never happened. Hey, wow, it's like it never happened. He like completely erased it and everything. Didn't even take the snow globe. After all that, he's still an asshole. Well, after all that, he's still a dickhead, dude. He still didn't care. Well, I think he did. I just feel like that he didn't, you know, like, it was a lot to take in because he did care, and obviously Hope and Glory both died, and so he's like, you know what, rather than feeling all of this, I think I'll just not care, and we'll just remember my old family and put all this behind me, you know? Wow, what a roller coaster. Wow. It's done. The plane of silence awaits. You've successfully completed the story of Mad Max. However, there are still plenty of things to do. That's so true. Hey, complete Act 5. However, there are still plenty of things to do. Chumbucket and the Magnum Opus, along with some other major characters, are back again. Feel free to continue exploring, tie up loose ends, upgrade your car as you see fit. The Wasteland is your playground. New vehicle, Interceptor. I'm assuming that's the initial one. Max's iconic shotgun. Max's black leather jacket. That's what I wanted. Yeah, so Chum's back, the Magnum Opus is back, and we're back. But the story is wrapped up. So now, obviously... Oh, yes. Are you ready? It takes 50% less damage from fist and weapon attacks. Ooh, the iconic black leather jacket, dude. Hell yeah. And then the iconic double-barreled, sawed-off shotgun from the old days. It's reliable and reloads quicker than the other makeshift shotguns. Hell yeah. And I got the fancy classic double-barrel shotgun, dude. Hell yeah. I wonder if it's time to switch out the, let's see, the race paint on face. I wonder really quick if we should buy all these upgrades. And then, like, even if obviously I don't want to use them, which I don't, but getting the upgrades at least, just to make sure that we have them all, you know? Alright, grabbing these really quick. Grabbing that. Then grabbing that. Alright, there we go. I think that's all of them now. There we go. That's the version we had, but without the face paint. Hell yeah. Alright, is there any other upgrades? I think we have them all. Hell yeah. Well, there you go. The iconic black leather jacket, the iconic double-barrel shotgun. Spicy. Well, there you go, kids. That's the show. The only thing I wanted to see was, I think it's under collectibles, vehicle collection. Now, what do you think this is gonna be, pray tell? The Interceptor. Yes, this is what we unlocked. A survivor, a king among the mighty rollers, a machine with 1,000 lives, a true spiritual rival to the Magnum Opus. So yeah, that's the Interceptor. That's the fancy car that we unlocked. That's the one that Max was rolling away in just at the very end of it all. That's what it's all from. And then we have other ones like the Big Chief Chariot and all that crap. But yeah, there we go, man. Oh, wow, that's cool. Apparently it'll tell you the Death Run location. which is actually really good, because if you're on, and it tells you the medals, which is very good, because if you're trying on purpose to farm for the achievement to beat a death run with all the, see what I mean? I see it like in this one. I have the, in the hardball, I have the fancy legendary time, and in the golden Tuska and the chums buggy, yeah. Well, that's cool. And then the man cannon, I beat it in that, but I didn't, nothing legendary. Well, that's cool, but yeah, that's what I wanted to see was the interceptor. So we got the interceptor, and yeah, and we beat it. We got the double barrel, we got the classic black jacket. Well, there you go, man. So, all in all, what did I think? So, all in all, I had a lot of fun with this game. It was very, very cool. I loved how open world it was. I loved that there was so much to do. I loved that there was, I loved how much there was to do. I loved the Mad Max universe, and I loved that it felt like Mad Max. You know what I mean? It just, like, as you were playing and as you were driving around, as you were clearing stuff, the names of the enemies, how they all looked, like, being able to customize the magnum opus, like, it was just so much really, really good stuff. And I had a blast, and I hope you guys did as well. This would definitely go, I would say, on probably my favorites list. Like, I feel like this episode was a little bit weird because I was a little bit burnt out of Mad Max doing it like week after week on YouTube, and I've been doing it for I feel like 2 months, you know what I mean? And I think it actually might have been like something very long like that, but only because with my new work schedule being insane and then moving and all that jazz, and so I feel like that's the only real reason that it took so long to get through, rather than the game actually, like, and I don't know, like I said it in the beginning, but like it's not the game's fault, my mental state right now. There's been other games we've had trouble with recently, and I'm not saying that we had trouble with this one. I wanted to point it out that it's not the fault of the game. It's not the game's fault. It's not, it's not that I think it's a bad game. It was fantastic, and I enjoyed it a lot. I'm just kind of a basket case right now. And but the game was great, and I loved to death the customizing the car. I loved that a lot. I loved the customization. I loved all of that. The story was very, very cool. It's a big shame that Hope and Glory both died, and at the end of the actual story that Chum actually died too. He sticks with you throughout the whole game, and Max was obviously on a quest for vengeance at the very end of that. He was so pissed off that he just didn't care about anything other than killing Scrotus for good that time, and he did, and got his revenge for Glory and Hope, but even at the end of it, he didn't take the snow globe, and I don't know, man, it's a big pity. And part of me does wonder if there's multiple endings, because, like, at the very end of it, you have control on whether you accelerate into the enemy vehicle. It wouldn't surprise me if there wasn't, but part of me wonders, what if you just didn't accelerate into the vehicle when Chum was like, oh my god, don't do it? Like, what if you didn't do that? Or what if, I don't know. Maybe I'll Google that really quick, and I'll cut back in as soon as I figure it out. Give me 1 second. Okay, so apparently there is not multiple endings. There is only the one ending. Now, something to keep in mind is this is not canon, apparently. This game is not canon with the universe, which I guess in some ways makes a lot of sense. But apparently I just saw a quick little post where people were wishing that Chum survived, and he did not. There's not multiple endings. There is only the one ending. So regardless, though, it was a great game. I had a lot of fun with it. It was very, very cool. I am not entirely positive, and I think this will be the finale, and I do think I will hit the rest of this stuff off camera, and I'm pretty much just gonna farm for achievements in this game. It would be cool to try and 100% the game, and there's a few achievements that I'm worried will give me trouble, but I do think ultimately I will probably try and 100% it, if not get at least more of them. But yeah, I think I will hit the rest of this stuff off camera, and I think that'll be a good place to call it for this playthrough. But it was a lot of fun. This game was great, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I certainly did. And I am not sure what's happening next, honestly. only recently started to poke around as to what I thought might replace this game, and I thought about going into Far Cry 5, but I'm a little nervous to do that right after doing something like this, where it's very similar in some ways, and it's a big open world, and I don't know, like, I was a little worried about going right into Far Cry 5 right after doing this. I think a genre jump might be smarter, like something real different, even if it's shorter, to give myself distance between Mad Max and then Far Cry, if that's what I wanted to do. So I'm not sure what's happening next, but my next video, assuming everything goes well, should be this weekend. I got 2 more work days in my work week, and then I am to my weekend, which is Sunday and Monday. But I'm hoping to get some actual work done in my apartment this weekend. Actually, like maybe get my posters hung, and maybe get that other shelving unit at least, and then get I don't know. I'm hoping to make some actual distance in my apartment this weekend, and make sure I'm not wasting time as far as my free time goes. And so I'm hoping we can actually like get it together. And so ideally this weekend should be part 1 of my new playthrough, and we will figure that out. Now, yeah, and I think that is pretty much everything. And but yeah, thanks for checking out this playthrough. I had so much fun. This game was great, and I will be working on the rest of it off camera. And I'm really sorry if you guys wanted me to see me 100% it on camera. Initially, I was gonna do it, but this is like month 2 of Mad Max, and so I kind of need to be done on camera with the game. And so if you wanted to see that, I am sorry about that. But we did play a lot of it, and you guys know what happens. You know what the rest of this is like. So, from here on shouldn't really surprise you. But from here on, I'm going to farm for achievements, and off camera in my free time whenever I feel like it. And then, yeah, and that's the plan. So I don't know what's replacing this, but stick around, and we'll find out together. Anyway, that is going to call it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the content today, and we will talk to you guys later.